Right, Juliet, you're not making any sense at all. Look, I don't want to go on anymore anyway, and you've behaved very strangely towards me. Very strangely. If you want to pay attention to some nutcase trolls, did you say Daniel Brown? How have they even found you? Because I haven't put your name out there. Really? Really? You were the one who said to me before you left here there was something very serious that you did not tell me, that Lisa, the manageress of SDR Living, said about only allowing you to go in there on my behalf. So why didn't you come down there when I got the letter? And you say you're not human trafficking me. What? Me being kicked out in my pajamas and slippers and dressing gown with no food or anything, brutalized by the thugs who did this, by the police, and then I had to have an x-ray taken in the middle of the night from Beachy Head, a world famous suicide spot, out of my home, where they've gone in and taken all the stuff out of my flat. Stay calm. The care coordinator has been sacked. I've got an email saying she's been discharged. Because why? Why? Because I've got recorded criminal evidence. You agreed with me that this is criminal, and you got annoyed with me yesterday because I wouldn't go to this room. Why were you more intent on me going to this room than trying to get me to stay in an accommodation that the that the care coordinator placed me in 4 months ago and said that I could have it for as long as I wanted? People have to remember their lies. People have to remember their lies. Just like the doctors and the professionals that I've reported to the General Medical Council. And they're still, despite all of these crimes, still doing this to me. You're not my support worker. You once said to me at St. Mary's House, during everything that was happening, you said, because you work for the same organisation as my middle sister, Southdown Housing Association. You're a support worker. And why are you listening to these nutcase trolls when they don't even know your surname? What was going on here? Because I don't put your surname out there. These vile creatures. Are you talking about some troll who commented on my Facebook wall, whom I called out for saying the most disgusting things? You're going to listen to them, are you? I text you to say that I text you a little while ago to say I've put a message up on YouTube for you. And you're going to listen to some vile creature, a troll, whom I blocked on Facebook for commenting on a message that was meant for my second cousin and my sisters. Really? And you're a friend, and you're going to listen to that troll and say, I don't want you in my home, and I'm not trafficking you. I thought you were a trusted friend. You're a crucial witness as well. You've seen the crimes. You've seen it all. PC Ford, when he was torturing me with PC McCARTHY, he played me my videos and he said my YouTube account is legend. I had to have an x-ray because of these people. A birthday beating, and you don't want me here. Really? But in a suicidal state? After everything that's been done to me over 7 years, forced to sleep rough for complaining about bed bugs crawling on me, my life in danger. I was attacked when I was in the bath. One of them who was mugging the elderly with her mother. Are you going to send that email that I've asked you to send to Caroline Ansell? Because we went to see David the caseworker together. But does it matter anymore? Does it? Because I really don't think I'm going to be afraid to jump off those cliffs anytime soon. Seriously. I will get to that point where it'll be like, really? I tell you what, Eben said exactly what Lisa, the manageress, says. You claim that the manageress said, you've even encouraged me to keep documenting. Is there is there something, is there a deceptive spirit that I don't know? You've just said you don't want me here. Why? Because some troll that I blocked, a vile creature, said, I hope you get kicked out of there. Really? I don't even know who these people are on YouTube. You know what? As a friend, you know why I set up this YouTube account. What is going on, Juliette? DC CAMAR of Eastbourne, you said you're going through domestic abuse. DC CAMAR of Eastbourne CID had Darren in custody over these keys which belong to Eben. These keys belong to Eben. She's been sacked now, though, has she? That's an email that I've received. And she said I could have that flat for as long as I need it, and that was 4 months ago. And the only reason why Darren had these keys cut is because I was on the phone to Karen. And then he assaulted me over the keys, which he hid in Eben's flat. So what have you been saying to Eben on my behalf? Because I tell you what, Juliet, if you don't want me here, it doesn't matter anyway. But there's one thing you can do. I made thank you gifts for you and Eben. I crafted thank you gifts, which I hadn't finished crafting. Just like that heart-shaped thing with the frill that I made for you in the Cavendish Hotel, and I put genuine love into it. I didn't want to say this. I didn't want to say it, but I put genuine love into it. And Eben told, and I've got the recordings of the care coordinator, because this is criminal. How have we gone, Juliet, from you saying this is criminal to changing and saying, I've got these trolls and nutcases saying this and that? Are you going to listen to those nutcases then? Because I text you to say I'm making a YouTube video message for you. And I read out that drift. What is it? There's a I made that I got about an hour ago. I got a troll account saying Bryony, and they've spelt it the way you spell my name with 2 N's, although it could be someone else. Because I've seen that troll account before. Although interestingly, it says that the account was set up in March 2023, I think. The 3rd of March 2023, so it's only a few weeks old. I think it said 2023, not 2022, but it's saying, Bryony, stop shouting in Juliette's flat. We don't want the neighbours to hear. Yeah, all right then. That was about an hour ago. It's interesting, and I'm not making an accusation here. I'm not making an accusation here, but you've spelt my name with 2 N's. Sorry, the troll account, drift something or another. I made a live stream this time last year, a year ago, in the Cavendish Hotel, and it says, to Juliet, the living woman and not the legal fiction. And of course, I'm in a suicidal state, which is triggered. So are you actually going to send that email to Caroline Ansell's office? Because we went down there last year to see David, the caseworker. And isn't it interesting that the police, Eastbourne police, have been torturing me with my own videos? PC Ford did this to me with PC McCarthy. It was really bad. My hands were all swollen up and I had to have an x-ray. And he said my troll account is legend. On his YouTube account is legend. That's PC Ford. And Eastbourne police say there have been Chinese whispers. Yes, we all know that. All of Eastbourne police know about my YouTube videos. That comes as no surprise at all. What I want to know, Juliet, because you're seeing I'm being more of the authentic me here. I'm being brutally honest, and I got a leg restraint put on me for being brutally honest. And PC McCARTHY said that under common law he could punch me in the face. And he beat me last month when I sent you that email. I sent you that email that said my father's been dead for over a year and I don't know how he died. So where's your compassion gone, Juliet? I thought you were my friend. I genuinely put love into those gifts that I haven't finished crafting for you. But if you want to text Eben for me and say, well, you know, Bryony didn't finish making thank you gifts for her, but I've told her to get out of here, and for no apparent reason, because I'm too busy listening to troll accounts, then you do that. Please do. But don't forget, before you walked out of the door to go up north for a week, you were the one who told me something you hadn't told me before, and it's very serious. Very serious. You did not tell me that Lisa said to you that she did not want me there. She did not want me there to take my stuff out of my flat. So why did you not come down the day that I received the letter? And you were making out you're all shocked and disgusted. So what's going on, Juliet? What's going on? And why are you paying attention to, I think it rings a bell, Daniel Brown? Was that was the Facebook account that said the most disgusting things and I called him out? Is that who you're talking about? And I blocked it. Whoever it is. Because I have never given your name at all on my channel, not your surname. And I found it very odd because you got funny with me yesterday because I did not want to come with you to this property because this is human trafficking. You don't go into someone's home, take out all the stuff in their flat, and then say, we've got a room for you, a 28-day placement. I've got no access. I was walking around the town with no food, no money, nothing. And in a hospital where I visited my mother in oncology. At least you've got a mother to go and visit. I don't know how my father died. I lost everything. I had to sign a homeless application form out of supported accommodation 6 days before my mother died. That's Southdown Housing Association. And they're the same people that you and my sister worked for as a support worker. So why are you suddenly saying to me on the phone, oh, there's this someone somewhere in internet land has said you're saying this about me and you're saying that? What? I text you to say I've made a YouTube video message for you. And you're saying you don't want me in here? And don't say that I'm trafficking you. What do you expect me to say? And Eben has disposed of gifts, things of mine, where valuables, I've got valuables with several people in this town, including Darren. You said that you are a victim of domestic abuse. And you're the one who said there was something not right about Darren having the keys to Eben's flat. I've still got them. And she didn't want me going near the flat. But she's disposed of things. I've got valuables in that flat with Eben. And I will put a link below to the recorded evidence of Karen and Eben and DC CAMAR, because DC CAMAR of Eastbourne CID had Darren in custody. What's going on? Darren said to me She's your friend, Bryony. Meaning you, Juliet. And you flagged up his abuse. And I thought it was a bit odd that you said the day that when they kicked me out of the SDR living, you used the exact words. Just saying, I find it very odd. You had not told me that evil, vile, wicked manageress who said, "Don't kill yourself, Bryony," that Lisa had said she doesn't want me to go and collect my things. How would you feel? What's going on, Juliet? I keep texting you. What's going on? I text you. What is going on? What is going on? How would you feel if someone came in and took all the stuff out of your flat and they only allowed your friend, i.e. me, to go in? And I find it very odd that you said something that only Darren would say. Bryony needs her card. Well, what's that then when it's at home? I know what it means. Bryony needs her card. That's what Darren has been saying in all of these places. And Caroline Ansell gave Darren a caring role through Care for the Carers. Do you see where I'm going with this? Caroline Ansell, our local MP, gave Darren a caring role through Care for the Carers 7 years ago. And he was arrested at DC CAMAR, went into EBUN'S flat back in September to say, "I've got Darren in custody. He assaulted me over a set of keys." So you're listening to these troll accounts and you're now saying to me, "Oh, you're accusing me of being an account that actually had a profile picture of you." No, I didn't, but I thought it was odd. In the same way that if you told me that someone with the name Bryony McCarthy, or my Bryony and my mother's maiden name, with a picture of me, I would expect you to be a little suspicious of me. But I didn't accuse you. I didn't say, "Juliet." I sat down with you and I showed you all these things. So why all of a sudden, before you've gone up north today, you've said to me, let's be fair, I've had serious crimes committed against me, and you're like, yes, it is criminal. Now you've suddenly done a flip-flop, as Darren would say. You've suddenly said to me, well, yesterday you got a bit stressed out because I didn't want to go to this room. No, I don't. All my stuff has been almost burgled out of accommodation into storage. They've kept doing this. What do you know that I don't know? Because you're supposed to be emailing Caroline Ansell, MP, to say, why did 3 security guards bully me out of the office because I've got damning recordings? And I've been playing these recordings to you. I've been showing you evidence, and you encouraged me to keep documenting. Now you're listening to some troll called Daniel Brown. Heaven knows what. So what's going on? I thought you were a friend. I've opened up my heart and soul while I've been here, even though I've been crying and suicidal, and you don't want me to accuse you of human trafficking. That is human trafficking. And at best, it's not being a friend. Because you put yourself in my position. Why are all these narcissists not doing anything? Why is no one affirming me? You've been affirming me the whole time. You've said this is criminal. And now you suddenly don't want me here. So where's this come from? How do they know you? I didn't know your mother's maiden name, so I couldn't have set up that troll account and said, "Oh, look, Juliet, I showed you, it's got your Facebook profile picture." But I didn't say, oh, that's you, isn't it? But you're certainly making me very paranoid now, and all of a sudden you don't want me here. So what are you going to do? What are you doing? Are you going to send that email? I've I've sent it back to you and I've drafted it. I'm too old for this. I am too old. I've had very, very, very serious crimes against my human rights and civil liberties. I've got no reason to go on. But as I said, I'll put a link in the description to, because Darren's friend Steve Churchill, who works at the food bank, he rang me up to say I played him the recording of the criminal on a tag. He said, your life's not in danger. Then he hung up on me and I burst into tears. And that was my phone call to the MP office. Yeah, what a great 40th birthday. I didn't get a happy birthday, didn't get anything. I thought you understood domestic abuse. Now all of a sudden you don't want me here, even though I've got these crimes. All of a sudden I'm going up to see my mum, and I don't want you here. Really? Thanks, Juliette. Well, if I do finish myself off, because let's face it, you told the council that they finished me off, and they have. I just wanted to let you know that Eben should have unfinished gifts that I made you and her, a wreath similar to the one that I made you with the frill around it. I thought it was odd that you never even mentioned it to me, because I crafted those gifts for you in the Cavendish Hotel, and I never wanted to say anything, but I thought it's odd that you haven't said anything. But anyway, I will put a link in the description again to what happened with Steve Churchill, because you know what? I'm going to go down to my late mother's accountancy firm and I'm going to leave a note describing the gifts that I made, because they've got stuff of mine as well. I made gifts for nurses who nursed my dying mother at the new hospice, and a care coordinator called Ella Williams came up to me, gave me her card and said, you saw a counsellor years ago. So they've got stuff on record about me, have they? But who's prompted them to look up this stuff? Because this all started when Darren came into my problems, and it was you, Juliette, who flagged up. It was you who flagged up that something wasn't right about the keys. And he assaulted me over these keys. And the arresting officer managed to get them back from him. He told PC Moyles, who pretended not to remember me when he took me down from Beachy Head and trafficked me to Pevensey Road. He said he was making out PC Moyles didn't remember me. Really? I've seen you before. Oh, but I don't remember you in EBUN'S flat. Really, PC Moyles? You don't remember me? Well, oh, don't worry, because DC CAMAR does, and I've got the recording, and I'll put it in the description. But Juliette, you're meant to be doing something for me, and that's the email to Caroline Ansell's office. But really, why bother? Because you don't want me here anyway. I really put love into those gifts for you. And but I haven't called you a fake friend. But if you want to listen to these vile creatures on here, you can. I don't want to go on anyway. I don't have a reason to. You've seen me crying. You've heard me sobbing while you've been here. And all of a sudden you're going up north. I haven't got access to all my essentials. They changed the locks, Juliette, and you were meant to come down to help me with the letter, but you didn't. So do you have a guilty conscience? Is that why you're listening to some filthy, dirty troll who was so disgusting?
This is like the abuse from Eastbourne Police. So you don't want me here. Doesn't matter anyway. My gold heirloom ring, passed down from generations. They just grabbed all my stuff. But you're not human trafficking me. What, in the middle of the night? Suddenly find yourself on a sofa because that Cameron, and you said he's a bit of a wally, a bit of a whatever, because he didn't even get me a room. I was so hungry. I was so hungry. I didn't have my purse on me. That woman is a bit funny because she thought she'd already seen this that happened only a few days ago on my birthday when I had to have an x-ray. Oh, don't do anything that's going to get you into trouble. You got to... Don't upset anyone. Don't upset anyone. I stabbed myself through the arm with a 6-inch knife. I've lost my soulmate, Mother. There's nothing here for me. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take drugs. And I thought I had a good friend in you, Juliet. I haven't called you a fake friend. I'm just saying, why would you say that? Why? I'm the one who's going through this, not you. Why would you do this? Why? It looks like a guilty conscience. Oh, you've accused me of being a troll account. No, I haven't. I just showed it to you and said, isn't that odd? Oh, yes, it is odd, you said. There's a picture of you, your face, your Facebook profile, and you told me your mother's maiden name, and that's how I found it. And didn't I say to you, there's no way that anyone out there could possibly know who you are, because even I'm getting to know you. You're a member of the public, don't forget. And I didn't even know your mother's maiden name. So why are you doing this? You've walked out the door. You said you don't want the neighbours to hear. I don't want the police called. I don't want the neighbours to hear. Where are you going with this? You agreed with me that I've had crimes committed against me. You said keep documenting as well. Keep documenting. Yes, I am. And I've got nothing to lose. I've lost everything. And you've allowed them to take it from me, to go in and take my stuff. So anyway, there we are. There we are. Excuse me. And that's another thing. I'm getting over a sore throat and a cold because they kept me in handcuffs like this. They put a leg restraint on me. Someone who's suffering with OCD and their mental health. I thought you had a friend who suffers with OCD and anxiety. You imagine them doing this to Charlie Burgess, Darren's friend. But you imagine them doing this to you, coming in and taking all your stuff. How would you feel if I did nothing? But I said, Juliet, you really should go with these people. Take this room, this 28-day placement, even though you've actually got a nice flat. And I had brand new carpets and everything for just 4 months. And the care coordinator has just been sacked. Anyway, as I said, I'll say it again. Those gifts that I made you, and there's nothing really more to say. I've said it all, really. There's nothing more. It killed me. My whole life running around. It feels like my whole life. 7 years. When you've been forced to sleep rough and you've had these crimes committed against you.